I know I said Bel-Air videos are going to be out Fridays, but I had a family emergency yesterday. So now, with that being said, let's talk about Bel-Air episode 2. Here we go. What's going on, my YouTube family? Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend, because episode 2 of Bel-Air is finally out now for season 2. Just got done watching it. Well, I watched the second half of it because I watched the first half yesterday, and then life was just like, hey, fuck you. So now I got to finish it, and I was just like, I was going back and forth like, do I want to do a video about this, or I just like just scrap it. But after watching the episode, I was like, I'm gonna talk about this, and this is why I like talking about shows and shit, because this was a good episode. I'm gonna really spitball because I can't really remember the first half. I just go off of what I just saw this morning. So yeah, Bel-Air episode 2. Just talk about the highlight shit. Here we go. One of the things I'm gonna take away from this is the fact that I like that the drama is picking back up in this season, because I felt like the last half of the season kind of left the drama. Now it's like drama was thick because, okay, one thing we're gonna really get into it is we got Will Smith and the coach, the basketball team. There's some tension there because the coach is just like, Will, just don't fucking just listen to me and shit like that. Just listen to me. Even though it's funny because in the original it was always pass the ball to Will. That was the coach. Now it's don't pass the ball to Will, because the coach is tripping out Will and shit, even though Will passed the ball to the white dude, and he missed the shot, and it cost him the game. So I'm kind of like, why would you ever trust him at all to make a shot? At that time in the original episode where Carlton and Will were on the same basketball team, and Carlton fucking yeeted the ball and completely missed the entire hoop. Yeah, just some good times. Will is kind of just like, you know what? I'm gonna make a statement to the basketball team. What was that statement? Pretty much just fuck the coach, I guess. I thought he was gonna be like, I'm not gonna play at all. You guys are just gonna fuck off. So I'm glad that. Well, guess we'll see, because at the end of the episode, Uncle Phil approached Mr. Sinister and shit. It was like, if you got anything to say about Will, recruitment, stuff like that, you talk to me and my wife. And it just ends. I was just like, whoa, like, some more tension, because I feel like Will's gonna be like, Uncle Phil, you stopping me from my dreams and shit. Why are you doing that? Phil gonna be like, well, I'm looking up for you, Will. You can't trust this shady dude. You can't trust him. Watch by the time this whole season's over, something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be kind of like a I told you so moment. Like, I told you so, Will. I told you. Don't trust Mr. Sinister. Other than that, we got the original Ashley Banks. She got fired, and I'm worried because I'm like, is she not going to be in any more episodes? Even though she was just a teacher, it was still like, oh, I like seeing the original cast. But now it's like she got fired because she wasn't following the curriculum, and that is some that's some real world issue shit. It's like I can see, because it's like, you're not following the curriculum. You're going outside the shit. Technically speaking, school has the right to fire you, even though it's like no, but she's like challenging our minds, challenging our young students to think outside the box. And of course it was some white girl. It's always some white girl. It was some white girl that told her mother, and the mother blew the whistle. And now it's making sense, because there was, in the last episodes, there was this little white girl who just kept, like, the camera just showing her when she walked out of class with Ashley. And I always thinking, like, why do they keep showing her? Why? Now I know why, because she told her mother, like, nah, Ashley Banks is teaching the new generation how to think for themselves. Get her out of here. So yeah, we'll see where that goes with that. Also, what happened? Will and Jackie, they danced and shit, so that was cool. Even though with Carlton, because he's off his meds or lowering the dose of the meds, got to go to a party, and them girls was on my boy Carlton. Fuck, literally just waiting for that like moment, like, go Carlton, go Carlton, go Carlton. I'm waiting for that. Maybe it'll come. If it comes later in the season, I'll put a smile on my face. They lowered the doses of Carlton's anxiety and shit, and now it's like, oh yeah, him and Will were like, because of the thing with teacher Ashley Banks, they're like, yo, let's just stage a walkout or a blackout and shit. And Carlton's like, oh yeah, I'm all for it, let's do it. One teacher was like, there are ways that you can go about that, Carlton. There are good ways and bad ways. You think about it. And now Carlton's like, oh, I gotta renege on that, but I made a big stink about it. Now Will's gonna be like, I feel like letting Will and the whole student body down and shit. Fuck. So that, again, that's like, it's like the seeds of everything that's gonna happen in the next later season. The rest of the season is laid out in this episode. And that's why I liked it. What can I say about this episode? Also, Chaz and Hillary. Yeah, so it's just like, oh yeah, we're official, but we're not like public. And she was on this whole tangent of like, well, I'm the influencer and shit, Jazz. I just can't like let everybody know. I gotta still be represented, look like I'm single and shit. I was a person that's kind of like in that situation, but not gonna speak on it. I get it, but I'm also just kind of like, just like 50-50 thing. You don't got to put your relationship out there on social media, but it is kind of like you get to a point where you're just like, are you like ashamed of me? But Hillary compromised it. She's like, I'll introduce you to my family. What I mean my family, I mean like right now. And Uncle Phil and Aunt Vid, they ain't feeling jazzed. So that's from the original, but they just like, so again, more drama. Rest of season. At the end of the day, episode 2 of Bel-Air. I had a great time with this episode. It was a really good episode. Real deep shit. Drama stuff is really digging up. We'll see what's going to happen next week. Oh boy, it's going to be something. It's going to be a busy week. It's going to be a busy month. We got Bel-Air, Mandalorian, movies left and right. Let's be there for them all. Hopefully. Hope you guys are there too. As always, subscribe. Until next time.